I'm just going to tell about a brief introduction about GPDP. What is the scope of GPDP? How the workflow happens in GPDP? And I'm also going to talk about what are all the institutional setup within the local governance to take care of the nutrition aspect. And through GPDP, how this nutritional status can be achieved will be also discussed in my session. And yeah, then I would like to show two videos. One about the Poshan Abhiyan, which is on mission mode, and by 2022 certain targets are fixed, and how panchayats can play a role in achieving that mission will be also discussed. And I have another short video about the successful I mean, the award-winning Gram Panchayat on how they have prepared their GPDP with people's involvement. So some of you might be knowing about Digambarpur in West Bengal. So just there is a short video of the Upa Pradhan, I mean, the vice president of that particular Gram Panchayat. So he's going to tell us about like how they were able to achieve, I mean, prepare Gram Panchayat development plan with people's participation. Because of that, they have been awarded Panchayat Raj in 2017 for the preparation of best GPDP. So now, like you all must be knowing, like since past 2 years, October 2nd, the Ministry of Panchayat Raj and Ministry of Rural Development together they initiate the process of uh, preparing Gram Panchayat development plan. They call it as People's Plan. So most of you must be knowing it. So by the end, they initiate in October, and by end of December, all the panchayats across India, they have to be ready with their Gram Panchayat development plan for the next year. So now, like even in 15th Finance Commission also, it has made it mandatory. Only if the panchayat is ready with the Gram Panchayat development plan of their panchayat, they will be getting the second installment of the 15th Finance Commission. Already 15th Finance Commission is in force, and all the panchayats have at least received their first installment of money. So one of the conditions for receiving second installment is they have to upload the utility certificate in the portal, the eGram Swaraj portal. Now, like they have a unified portal where panchayats finance details can be monitored and evaluated. Not only finance, but the other aspects also. So similarly, we have portal for GPDP. We, in the sense, Ministry of Panchayat Raj has hosted a GPDP also. So in that, all the panchayats, nearly 2.5 lakhs panchayats in the country, they have to upload their Gram Panchayat development plan in the portal. So only then it will be released. So it is like it has been made mandatory. So it is like part of People's Plan. So this People's Plan campaign. Then before that, I want to tell you about Mission Antyodaya survey also, which was initiated by the Ministry of Rural Development in 2017. So that in the first phase, they had clusters, like they identified 50,000 villages, poverty-stricken 50,000 villages, where the villages are scored based on certain parameters to identify where they are lagging in terms of facilities, in terms of providing basic services to the people, and then villages are ranked accordingly. So immediately after that, they made it mandatory for all the panchayats in the country. They have to have the Mission Antyodaya survey. What is this survey all about? This survey tells about, see, as per the 11th schedule, we have list of 29 subjects. The panchayats have the power to perform activities in those 29 subjects. So Mission Antyodaya survey, it tells about what are all the activities, what are all the services which can be provided, which can be made available in the village based on the 29 parameters. So based on parameters, certain indicators were devised. So Mission Antyodaya survey just check whether particular services, particular amenities are available in that particular panchayat or not. So based on that score has been score will be, and based on the score the panchayat will be okay. So there is a website missionantyodaya.nic.in. You can check across all the state, across all the panchayats, across all the villages, find any data. You can find any data in the sense the scorecard you can for all the 29 parameters. So the score will be for 100. The maximum score is 100. So you can say like whether the particular panchayat has Anganwadi center or not. If they have Anganwadi center, yes, score will be given to them. Whether the schools have toilets or not, then score will
Vani,
be given.
I'll stop you for
Yeah.
some time. Your voice is breaking, Vani. So, is it because you are not using headphone, or there is some kind of an echo that's coming from your end?
Okay. Yeah, actually since morning there is a problem in MG block.
Okay.
I explained, yeah, there is some network issue.
Now it's
Are
clear.
you able to hear
Sometimes,
me?
yeah, now I can hear you. Yeah, sometimes it's
Okay, yeah,
breaking.
yeah.
So maybe
Since morning they say they are trying to rectify it, but yeah, I don't know what to do.
no, no.
Should
Have
I
you
use the
moved with
microphone?
your
Yeah,
PPT,
let
or
me use. Sorry. Yeah, no,
have
I
you
didn't
moved?
move my PPT. My
Okay,
PPT, I
okay.
didn't move my.
No, we are getting confused because we think we are
Okay.
not moving with you.
No, no,
So,
no, no, no,
okay,
no. If no,
okay,
no,
okay.
no, no. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll
So
just
maybe
move. I
you can
just
use
thought
your
like,
microphone, use your headphone or
yeah,
a
I'll use my
mic. Then,
mic.
yeah, yeah. Please, man.
Yeah,
Thanks.
yeah. Just give me a second. Are you able to hear me now?
Yes, Vani, very clear. Thank you.
Okay, fine. Yeah. Okay then. So what I'm telling is like this Mission Antyodaya survey since 2017, it is carried out every year. That will tell about where the panchayat is presently, what are all the services available in that particular panchayat, and how if there is lack of any service, if there is lack of any provision, if there is lack of any amenities, the bridge panchayat development plan. So that's about why this Mission Antyodaya survey. Okay, so that maybe you can check it later. It it tells about the status report and it tells about the gap report. Status report is all about where are all, what are all the facilities the panchayat listed in Antyodaya survey panchayat, and the gap report tells about where the panchayat can improve. If there is no Anganwadi center, then even if the Anganwadi centers are there, if children were not enrolled, even if the schools are there, if there is no toilet, even if the toilet is there, if there is no water, those lack of services will be mentioned in the gap report. So this is on the basis of preparing Gram Panchayat development plan. So this Mission Antyodaya survey since 2017, I think like in 2018 onwards, this Gram Panchayat development plan has been made mandatory through People's Plan campaign, and many of you must have attended NIRD's training or the training given by your concerned state. So it has been become mandatory. And yeah, I'll just move. So now like that mission Antyodaya survey will form one of the bases for preparing GPDP. So the panchayat can strive hard to bridge the gap. So what is the scope of this GPDP? It is not only like bridging the gap, but the panchayat has various other functions also. So through this GPDP, the panchayat can strive to achieve human development, where they can talk about like if there is gender disparity in terms of population, is the female infanticide happening and what is the reason. Those are all the things the panchayat can analyze, the panchayat can easily identify. Because to prepare GPDP there will be gram panchayat plan facilitating team, and there were various other committees also. For instance, I would be discussing about village health, sanitation and nutrition committee. So how this committee can prepare a village health plan and how that can be integrated with GPDP. So more specific to our context, in the context of nutrition, how that committee can play a significant role in identifying undernutrition, in identifying if there is any gender disparity, and how that can be overcome with the help of the existing schemes and programs of central and state government. Okay, so those things can be discussed. So again, back looking at the screen, like the scope of GPDP, it is all about devising a plan for human development, then devising a plan for the vulnerable people and how to make certain services accessible to them. Then what are all the civic services which can be provided to the people if it is not available? If it is available, how to improve them for better delivery of services. So those type of things can be also go into GPDP. Then the most important thing is economic development. So finding gaps between requirement and availability can be also done. So maybe while explaining the GPDP workflow, I can talk more about this. And most important is like the disaster vulnerability assessment, which is very much required in this COVID pandemic situation. So the panchayat can also devise a plan how to mitigate the disaster which is happening now or which might happen because of various other natural or monsoon vagaries or whatever disaster we could identify. The panchayat can be prepared with their vulnerability assessment. So all these things can be carried out in GPDP. So this is how the process of creation of GPDP flows. See, the first important thing is like you need to know where you are now. Okay, then you need to know how much resources you have. See, actually the panchayat, like contingency fund of India, consolidated fund of India, the local governments have their panchayat fund. So this panchayat, how do they panchayat fund is generated? How you will be getting finances from the Central Finance Commission also. See, from 10th Finance Commission recommendation onwards, the money has been given to the panchayats by the central government. Commission usually they decide the resource sharing between only the center and state. But after the 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act, from 10th Finance Commission onwards, the panchayats also gets its revenue share from the center. Okay, so they'll be getting from the center and state finance commission also. Every state, see, that is one of the constitutional mandate as per the 73rd Constitutional Amendment Act, which enforces the three-tier Panchayat Raj system in India. Constituting state finance commission is mandatory. So every 5 years, like Central Finance Commission, State Finance Commission should be also constituted, and that will tell about how the revenue sharing can happen between the state and the rural local bodies, both urban local bodies and rural local bodies. So panchayats also get money from State Finance Commission, and panchayats have their own taxation policy. I mean, they can generate their own revenue through tax revenue and through non-tax revenue also. Okay, and they will be having this assigned revenue that might be the sharing of revenue between the state and panchayat. Different states, it across different. Okay, so then the panchayat will be getting the scheme fund, both the central government scheme and state government scheme. For example, NREGA. And another example might be PM Awas Yojana. Okay, so the panchayat have their own pool of resources, which is called as panchayat fund, and they can generate their own income, and because of this CSR, they might get CSR fund also, and they might get contribution from individuals and charitable organizations. So the plan can be made by for utilizing panchayat fund. Also, but there are certain additions of tied and untied fund. I'm not getting into that. But what I'm trying to tell is, panchayat has resources, and there is always a scope to increase the resource if a proper plan is made. So everything starts with the planning and with the available resources. So yes, you have identified the resource, and what is next? You need to know what are all the lacunae the panchayat. So to identify that, data should be collected. Mission Antyodaya is one such kind of data which can be used for planning, because gap report is generated easily and it is available there in the website, so the panchayats can download that data that can serve as a secondary data, and the primary data can be collected by different committees. So what are all by discussing with people. Okay, so data collection is the second important aspect in the plan preparation process. Okay, then you can identify the gap. I think like MA score is Mission Antyodaya score, which I have mentioned already. Then you can have the perspective plan. It can be short term and long term. Certain tasks cannot be completed within the annual plan. So you need to have a perspective plan. And you need to set priorities, and all these discussion should happen in the Gram Sabha before finalizing the plan. Everything should be discussed in the Gram Sabha, then only the panchayat can finalize the Gram Panchayat development plan, and when it is approved, it can be uploaded in the website. Yeah. This is how the GPDP workflow, resource envelope, as I discussed, panchayat can augment its fund through various resources. They can collaborate with line department also for implementing certain activities. For example, Jal Jeevan Mission, they have smart fund panchayat level, but that will be designed and implemented by the line department. But if the panchayat has knowledge about those, they can converge with them, and that fund can be routed through this Gram Panchayat development plan. So there is a possibility of having convergence of activity, not only with Jal Jeevan Mission, but in health also. See, according to this National Health Mission, Health Sanitation and Nutrition Committee should be established at all Gram Panchayat level, and some certain amount of money is given to those committees from NHRM, National Health Mission Fund. Okay, so the Panchayat, if they are aware about this, if they want to carry out certain activity, the convergence can happen with that village health sanitation and nutrition committee, and also the Panchayat fund can be also utilized. It is all about the convergence of various activities from different ministries. So that's why in people's campaign they keep on in all the Gram Sabha meeting, the line department functionaries should participate, because they are the one who know about their area of functioning, and if they come to know about what the Panchayat, they can have some sort of convergence. Okay, so this convergence can happen at the ministry level to the Panchayat level through various activities. Okay, environment creation. So in People's Plan campaign, they talk about this setting up of information board. They insist on having Gram Sabha, and they also have provision to geotag the activities which happens in the Gram Sabha. So some conducive environment participatory planning. Then, as I said, like collection of primary and secondary data, you need to have some sort of base data to see where the panchayat is, and from there, what is their aspiration, how they want to move forward. So the moving forward strategy can be incorporated in Gram Panchayat development plan, and with the help of people, some sort of visioning exercise can be done, and prioritization of activity can be carried out as per the people's wishes. So the prioritization of activities, so there might be empty number of activities based on the data collected, we can identify, but those activities should be by through Gram Sabha. Then plan can be prepared and finalization of plan can be done by the Gram Panchayat. It can be uploaded in GPDP portal. So there is a GPDP portal, gpdp.nic.in, where you can find all the plans of all the Gram Panchayats. So then you can see like what are all the sectors they have planned, how much money they are willing to allocate for each sector. So when you look into the website, you can see like, see there are, see this is a process which is happening, and there are some drawbacks. When you look into the, sorry, I'm not able to show the website, but we can see some sectoral analysis also, where most of the activity they have planned is on infrastructure creation or on organizational maintenance. Okay, so the money they have allocated for health and sanitation or nutrition is very minimal, but always there is a scope for improvement. So that's why we are going to discuss now how this GPDP can be used as a platform to increase the nutritional status of India, because I believe that you must have, from the previous sessions and all, you must know about the present nutritional status of India. Nearly half of the population are undernourished. So if that is the situation, how we can imagine for a healthy India, and how that will pave way for social, economic, human and holistic development of India. Because stunted lives give stunted brains, and whole country's development will be stunted. So that's why there are certain avenues through which we can try to improve the nutritional status of India, and GPDP we can use it maximum, and there are several other micro level institutions which can take part in this whole process, and we have this Poshan Abhiyan scheme also, which tries to achieve certain target by 2022. Yeah, I think like these things I have already discussed about Mission Antodhya and what are all the other data available for the preparation of plan and how budget can be allocated. So I discussed Panchayat fund also, and Panchayats can generate augmenters also. So this slide is all about that. I'm just skipping it. Okay. So see uh, this schematic presentation for partnership with various schemes and various institutions is done under Gram Swaraj Abhiyan in Aspirational District, which is applicable to GPDP also. I have taken this from the Ministry of Panchayati Raj, so the logo is there. Huh. So, how the community can be mobilized for the preparation of GPDP. So, we have this SIG women who can take part in this whole process. They are an asset. And the frontline workers, the 3 A's are very important: ASHA, body workers, and auxiliary nurse midwife. So these three, they play an important role in in determining the nutritional status at the grassroots. Consider they are the accelerators. I mean, they are the one who can go in, interact with the people, monitor the process. So these are all various activities which can be uh, done in order to prepare a better GPDP. And where we started, and in 2018-19 where we are, it has been a huge leap forward. Apart from this rural development scheme, money has been given to panchayat through financial also, and panchayats can get resources also. So we cannot say lack of fund is there. Funds can be generated, funds can be mobilized. Only thing is like we need to have a proper plan. That perspective should be there. Identification of the community should be there, so that proper plan is possible. So the last 3 finance commissions, see when you see the 12th finance commission, it's only 4,000 crore in the year 1. And when you see the 14th finance commission, it is like 21, and it is threefold in the year 5. So every 5 years the commission has been constituted, and in within that 5 year span of time, taken to 12th finance commission for every year it is 4,000, but from 13th finance commission onwards there is a change. What I mean to say, panchayats are getting enough fund, but how are they going? See, most of the panchayat, they say like nearly 70% of the money goes on operation and so the Gambarpur Panchayat, which we often quote as a model panchayat, they have done so many activities without spending much money. Fruit sapling trees to the family doesn't cost much. Having garden at home doesn't cost much. Okay, so this will ensure the healthy. So it's give to or spent. Huh. They need to do is create awareness among people. Hmm. Collaborate with the three A's: ASHA workers, Anganwadi workers, and ANM. It's all about creating awareness and the behavioral change. So yeah, coming back, how this GP development plan works. So we were discussing about how they can plan for uh, human development, how they can plan the economic activity, how these activity can be monitored, because like now government, you must have heard about Plan Plus software. Now it is everything is in e-gram Swaraj. Okay, maybe you can go through the website eGram Swaraj, so all the activities can be monitored. And we have this GPP portal. You can see the plan of all the panchayat. So all may not be, it is all about their, but they call it as plan. But few of them have a very good plan. So what approach? What happened? I'm not. Are you able to see the slide, Ruchira?
We can see the slide, Vani, but your voice is breaking.
Okay, okay. Yeah, maybe I'm using my microphone and often I get like poor network connectivity. Really like this building is experiencing, I mean, some problem of network issue. Yeah, I'm using LAN only, not Wi-Fi, but still. Okay. Yeah. Oh,
I think you can
yeah.
go ahead,
Can you
Vani.
watch a video? Yeah. It's like too much of talking. Shall we watch a small video on?
Yeah, sure, sure. If you can
Okay.
start a video, you can send me the video, then from my end I'll run it because your end it seems there is a problem.
Okay. Fine. Fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm putting it in the chat box. Hmm? Is it
Okay.
okay?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, it is there. Oh, the font size is not here.
Okay, you may stop sharing, Vani.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, this is on Poshan Abhiyan.
This is on
Okay.
Poshan Abhiyan.
For years,
I've
fine. Let
struggled
it
to
be.
manage
Okay,
my
fine.
daily tasks at home. And as an Anganwadi worker at the Government Health and Nutrition Center in my village. With my new mobile, at least at work, my life has completely changed. It helps me manage households, monitor children's growth, schedule my
No.
You are unmuted. And should be open.
अपन कौन है सुबह नहीं या एक मौका दिया
Yeah, okay. Shall I continue with the presentation?
Please, Vani, go ahead.
So that's all about like the Poshan Abhiyan program, which is trying to make healthy India. And so now like we have two things. One is like the panchayats can do certain things. The panchayat can plan for its activity, and we have certain programs which are meant for uh, which targets the vulnerable group, especially the undernourished group, and we have certain specific programs for them. And what really the panchayat can do and work in convergence with various sectors and various departments. So what panchayats can do. So first thing,
Vani,
yeah.
just 1 minute. I'm just thinking, let's just take a poll and a 5 minutes break, and then let's
Yeah.
continue.
Okay. Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sajid, are you there? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Polls.
Please, poll. Please send it in email and in the WhatsApp chat group.
Yeah,
So
sure, ma'am.
this is for all the participants. We are going to post the second poll of the program. Please keep up. This poll will be open for only a window period of 5 minutes. It will not be open after that. So once you receive the poll, from that time to 5 minutes, it will be open. So please click on the poll link. It will take you to a very short online form, maybe one question or maximum two questions. Fill out the online form, put your email ID. If your organization's email ID is not accepted, put your Gmail ID or any alternative ID you have and submit the poll. And it will be closed after 5 minutes from we are sending the poll to you, either in your email ID or in your WhatsApp group. In either of these two forums, you will receive the poll. Yeah, so I think Sajid has sent the poll in chat group. There are some technical errors at times, so you may not listen to the program at times. There will be glitches, but please be patient because we are going to share all the materials with you. At the end of the day, all the recordings will be shared. So if the connection is problematic, if you are missing out on some part, don't panic and immediately start prompting in the chat box, because every time you send in a chat query, it creates another round of disturbance in the video. So be patient. We are going to share all the materials. Everything will be shared. Reading materials will be shared. So, and in some time, the glitch usually rectifies on its own. So please be patient for some time. I see 50 responses already. So this poll will close at 4:30. You don't have to send your receipt in the WhatsApp group. We are getting the receipt the moment you are entering the answer. We have the records. So in the WhatsApp group, there is no need to take screenshots and share. I'll just quickly show you what it looks like to me, because those of you who are sharing the screenshots, I can see your email IDs here, the email IDs that you are entering. I hope you can see this page. These email IDs are recorded here. So those of you who are responding, we have the records of that. So there is no need to capture the WhatsApp, the poll and then send it to me. We shall have the records. Vani, you can share again and start the session, please. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. So I'll just quickly tell like what panchayats can do to ensure all its citizens are healthy. So first they can take a stock of like who are all the families and the PDS. And they can also take a stock of with the help of ICDS worker, with the help of Anganwadi. They can take like how many children, pregnant women and adolescent girls are under this ICDS program. These will serve as a primary data for preparing their plan. And the same goes for elderly people and other stakeholders like farmers, pastoralists, fishers in particular, women. And they can ensure in the sense they can monitor the activities of ANM, ASHA worker, auxiliary nurse, midwife, and others to ensure that the growth monitoring of children under 6 is done. So now like under Poshan Abhiyan, they have this common application software through which the monitoring can be done. So Panchayat can ensure that this is being utilized. So then coverage of pregnant and lactating women, adolescent girls under ICDS supplementary nutrition programs are properly taken care. Then take-home rations for children under 3, pregnant and lactating mothers are ensured they are taking it. They have to make sure, yes, it has been given to them. See, at the ward level, they can do all these activities. At the ward level, the ward member can make sure of all these activities. The ward members can collaborate with SHG members at the ward level. The member can collaborate with village health, sanitation and nutrition committee. So at the ward level, monitoring these kind of activity, collecting data at the ward level will be quite easy and simpler, and later on it can be aggregated for the panchayat level. And the role of panchayat is there to monitor the quality of midday meals, whether proper hygienic food is being served to the children in the schools or not. So these issues can be addressed in GPDP if there is any issue. And panchayat can promote breastfeeding, and they can promote locally available nutritious food. This is what Digambarpur Panchayat President has done. They made locally available nutritious food, and they made all the houses to grow their own vegetable garden or to grow their own fruit bearing trees. If the space is not available and there is a common place community panchayat land given for this purpose, where those who don't have access to these sorts of facilities, they can take vegetables and they can take fruits from the common land. Maybe if time permits, I can show those videos also. And as shown in the Poshan Abhiyan, this IEC plays a major role. So the panchayat can do all sorts of activity. Then system of community support for nutrition for destitutes and elderly can be also built within the community. So all these activities can be carried by panchayat in order to promote the nutritional status of that panchayat. For this activity, they can collaborate with all these people. I'm keep on mentioning this: ASHA workers, SIGs, Anganwadi workers, and other local experts. They can work in collaboration with doctors also. So these are like some, not even though this list is not limited. And as per National Health Mission, each and every village should have this village health, sanitation and nutrition committee. And based on the conformity act of the particular state also, the state should also have, the panchayat should also have health, sanitation and nutrition committee or water and sanitation committee. So depending upon the state to state, the name varies. So this committee can work closely with the panchayat. So what are all the roles of this village health, sanitation and nutrition committee? So their first role is like to create awareness about nutritional issues and significance of nutrition as an important determinant of health. That's why Poshan Abhiyan and other schemes, they are generating lots of easy material. They can also carry out survey on nutritional status and nutritional deficiencies in the village, especially among women and children. They can do in collaboration with the panchayat representatives, especially with the ward members. So collecting data at the ward level is very easy. Then identify locally available foodstuffs of high nutrient value as well as disseminate and promote best practices congruent with local culture, capabilities and physical environment through a process of community consultation. Then issues of nutritional needs in village health plan. The committee will do an in-depth analysis of causes of malnutrition at the community and household levels by involving ANM, AWW, ASHA and ICD supervisors. So this committee has the responsibility of preparing village health plan, and this health plan can be one of the sub-plans of the GPDP. So then they can do monitoring and supervision of village health and nutrition day. So now, because under this Poshan Abhiyan, every village, they have to celebrate one day in a month as a village health, sanitation and nutrition day. So that day,
Yeah.
Hello, someone is saying something. So that organizing that day should be ensured by this committee with the active participation of the whole village and with the active participation of the panchayat also. Then they can facilitate early detection of malnourished children in the community, tie up referral to the nearest nutrition rehabilitation center, as well as follow up for sustained outcomes. And this committee supervise the functioning of Anganwadi center in the village and facilitate its working in improving nutritional status of women and children. And they can also act as a grievance redressal forum on health and nutrition issues. The committee may preferably act as a subcommittee of Gram Panchayat and function under the overall supervision of Gram Panchayat. So, states are accordingly advised to issue the necessary notifications and guidelines on constitutions of EHNSE. This is as per NHM, National Health Mission. So now like we have this National Health Mission, under this there is a committee, Village Health Sanitation Nutrition Committee, and we have this Poshan Abhiyan where this ANM, ASHA workers are interlinked, and we have the Panchayat Raj institution. So all these formal structures can collaborate and they work together in preparing a comprehensive GPDP which can stress the importance of nutrition. So I'm just telling the scope of GPDP and how nutrition can be linked with it and what are all the different roles of the different stakeholders to ensure healthy rural India. So this is again the repetition, like they can collaborate with all these institutions and people. So this we have already seen. This is the convergence framework which I have explained it before. This is with regard to Poshan Abhiyan, how the convergence flow in a vertical manner right from the center to the village convergence committee. This is self-explanatory. Later on you can go through these slides. This is how different ministries are working towards improving the nutrition. So just I have given the outcome. These different ministries, if they could converge for their functions at the grassroots level, many of the undernourishment issues can be addressed. So that I have listed it based on the different ministries. This also you can have a look, or maybe later when the slides are shared with you. So every week, every month, bi-monthly, how the care for nutrition can be done at the grassroots level is given here, and what are all the possible associations which can be made with different frontline workers is also mentioned here. And this is like this is the motto of Poshan Abhiyan. It is like co-creating a movement. So it is not like one particular ministry is doing one activity or one particular committee doing one activity. So different people, different sector, different platforms are there to come together to change the nutritional behavior so that healthy India can be created. So this is just a schematic presentation of co-creating a movement. And yes, the role Panchayati Raj institution can play in the nutrition day. So every month, as per Poshan Abhiyan, every month they have to celebrate nutrition day. So what Panchayat can do? So Panchayat can ensure certain logistic facilities are there. There is a privacy should be ensured for women examining pregnant ladies, and they can ensure water is there, curtains are available. So make sure like the target groups are mobilized. The panchayat can involve in mobilizing the people also with the help of other actors. So, stopped sharing. So some of the additional responsibilities of Panchayat Raj institutions are they can make arrangements for referral of severely underweight children and high pregnancy women. So this they can do along with village health, sanitation and nutrition committee. Because when you look into their responsibilities, these are more or less same. So like they can do it collectively. So that will save time and that will be more effective and efficient. So the panchayats can work on all these areas. So some like 10 areas have been mentioned. In Poshan Abhiyan, they have mentioned some 12 themes for collaboration. So here just I have taken only 10. So if they work in these areas, if they could identify there is some problem in this area and if they could plan it in GPDP, then I think like the problem of nutrition can be solved. So, yeah, thank you. I'll end my presentation here.